What is up, YouTube? It is your Knight and Protector Sane here, and today is going to be a breakdown of Hypno, Fire Red Leaf Green. Hypno is an amazing Pokemon. It's very, very splashable. It can be a guaranteed encounter for you, otherwise a high likelihood encounter for you. Psychic type is amazing in Fire Red Leaf Green Gen 3, still really amazing, and it can have a lot of different movesets. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So first off, Drowsy, you get it on Route 111, and the only other encounters, depending on your version, is Spearow, or Ekans / Sandshrew, which you can also have a chance of getting before Misty's town. I can't remember what route that is. Like 6, I don't remember. But there's a high chance you're gonna get that Pokemon at that encounter there. So that Route 11 should be a free encounter for Drowsy. Even then, 25 is still a pretty decently high chance. Spearow, you should most likely have a Spearow by this point. If you didn't, that's pretty surprising. So that is your one chance to miss out on Drowsy, but still mostly likely that you'll get it on most of your most of your Fire Red Nuzlocke runs. And Drowsy's stats are actually pretty good for its time. It's got higher attack than Onix, 48, and a 90 special attack, or 90 special defense, sorry, is really impressive. 43 special attack, whatever. It's not too amazing, but this 90 special defense is pretty bulky. It also evolves very early, level 26. You are stuck with a Drowsy for Misty if you want to go grab it for Misty. You'll have a Drowsy, which is going to be a pretty good special wall here, and it's a good special wall for Lieutenant Surge if you don't have a ground type to completely take care of him. But it evolves just in time for Erica, as well as Koga and Sabrina, 3 gyms. It is fantastic for. Then it's totally good against Blaine with that high special defense that gets that Hypno. It's what, 115 special defense, yeah, and 85 HP. So it's pretty bulky, especially. So very good here. And then against Giovanni, it can handle the Nidos pretty well. Then we go into the Elite Four. It is a nice wall for Lorelei. It can do some things here, depending on your moveset with it. It's going to completely take care of Bruno. It's not going to be scared by Onix. Onix has 45 attack. It is amazing for Agatha, because even these Shadow Balls off their attack stats are not going to hit very hard, and they can answer back and status them, so it's going to be very nice for Agatha. Can spread status around on lands, be very effective there. And then against your rival, the champion fight, you can have it spec to take care of Psychic types, so it can take care of Alakazam, it can status the Pidgeot. It's going to be doing some things against the rest of the team, the Exeggutor if it's specify the Psychic types again, and it can even take out the Venusaur on its own, otherwise just be a nuisance. Special wall, like walling everything here except for the Rhydon and the Pidgeot, and which it's going to be annoying those two as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at some movesets. So Hypno has a pretty good move, has a very good learn set. When you're Drowsy, you're going to have Hypnosis, Pound, Disable, Confusion. Amazing first moveset. You've got Sleep. You have Disable, which can just be so annoying for some things. Like you could disable Starmie's Swift or something. Or you can just disable like their strongest stab move. You have Sleep as well, Confusion, good stab. Then level 17, you're going to learn Headbutt, which will come in handy for one moveset and just replace Pound as a stronger move that can flinch. You have access to Poison Gas. I don't know why you would use it really. Meditate for some decent setup eventually, and then you learn Psychic level 35, which is pretty early. You'll have Psychic before Sabrina. Sorry, I shouldn't have got rid of that. Whatever. Sabrina's level cap is like in the 40s. It's like 43, I want to say. Koga too, so you're gonna have Psychic by level up for Koga, so you can use the Psychic TM on anybody else. You get Swagger later on, Future Sight, whatever. You can learn Calm Mind from Sabrina. You can also learn Shadow Ball, and then that's gonna be a very important thing for a set later. Thief early on. You can learn Screens of both Reflect and Light Screen. Where's Light Screen? Down here. Taunt, Toxic, Focus Punch even. A lot you can do with this Pokemon. So let's get into a couple sets. So the first set is a typical Psychic Calm Mind set. If you just want this thing to be a Psychic type. You're most likely going to have more than just one Psychic type on your team, especially if you're playing Leaf Green, because you can get Starmie and Slowbro later. But if you want to use Hypno as your main Psychic type and use the other ones for a different purpose, Calm Mind Psychic is really good for it. You can run Disable on it still, or Reflect, or you can also switch one of these moves out for Substitute, which you get in Fuchsia City. It's a move tutor in Fuchsia City, I want to say. Let me actually pull this up because this is important. Move tutoring is very important for him. Substitute Fuchsia City. Yeah, there we go. So you can do that move set with it. Typical psychic stuff. Also can be put to sleep, which is pretty cool. Just in case any of these like sleep powder or hypnosis people you fight, any trainers or whatever. The second set is going to be the sleep set. You run hypnosis. You're gonna have to move relearner for nightmare because it learns it at level 1, so you have to come back here and move relearn it. But you can do that. It's a great wall breaker set. Put him to sleep. Set up nightmare. Dream Eater, heal yourself, or just fire off with some psychics. Do some good damage that way. You can also switch out psychic for another move if you want to do another setup move or whatever you want to do here. Psychic works out very well. And then my personal favorite set is the Pair of Flinch Confusion set. So you tutor it Thunderwave, which you get Silpco in the big building where you get Lapras and stuff. It learns Headbutt naturally, so you're gonna have Paralyze and then Flinch rate. Its attack stat is actually the same as the special attack, so you can go either way. With its huge special defense and the psychic typing, it can fire Shadow Balls off and just completely wall out Sabrina, fire Shadow Balls off at her, and take out things like the Alakazam. Even sometimes one-shot with like a high roll if you have like Attack Nature up or something. So it's amazing Shadow Ball user, amazing wall for Sabrina, and can just completely shut down and beat 1v1 any psychic type in the game, because Sabrina's probably the scariest gym in the game, I would say. I think she's probably the scariest gym. Maybe the scariest fight in general in all of Fire Red Leaf Green. Your rival can be, I guess, a little scary too, maybe, depending on your team. And it can do the same thing against the Executor and the Alakazam that your rival's going to have, and Lorelei, Slowbro, and Jinx and stuff, so still just going to completely wall out people. And then you have Swagger if you want to double down on the Para Flinch. Paralyzed Flinch, you can throw a Para Fusion Flinch in there and give it Swagger, or you can run another attacking move, like you could run Psychic here. I usually run Psychic because it learns it by level up, so you could do Psychic here, you could do Disable, you could do Light Screen Reflect, you could still do Substitute, you could do Brick Break, you could do Focus Punch, there you could do a lot of different things, so I say you either go with Swagger, or you could throw on Psychic, just because. Why not? Because why not? It learns it by level. It learns it for free. The TM could be used on somebody else, whatever. Very bulky Pokemon. 115 special attack is awesome. 185 special attack, or HP, sorry, is pretty good. 70 defense is nothing to scoff at. Not amazingly bulky physically, but 70 defense is fine. It's gonna be able to switch in on some things. It's a great pivot Pokemon. It's got some speed control with either Thunder Wave or just putting things to sleep. It's a great status spot, and it capitalizes off the statuses depending on what your moveset is. Whether you put to sleep with Dream Eater and Nightmare, or if you want to paralyze and try to go for flinches with Headbutt, and just not let the Pokemon move. Whittle things down. It's a great wall breaker. It's great at shutting down some scary things. It walls psychic types. Very, very good Pokemon. I have it in the S tier, my Fire Red Leaf Green, just because it's basically nigh uncounterable. It doesn't really have a real weakness, because Ghost types, like Shadow Ball, is not strong on like Gengar, because its attack is so low. Like Gengar's attack is what? 65? 65 base attack. Like, yeah, your Shadow Ball is going to hit harder than like a Gengar's, and you're going to kill a Gengar with your own Shadow Ball or Psychic or something. Not much else you're really scared of. Not really any bug moves to be scared about. So pretty bulky. We're gonna be pretty okay. Slap on Healing Berries for items or something. If you have, you can get Shadow Tag. I can't remember all the items in Fire Red Leaf Green. I usually play without them just because the game's not that hard. But throw on like a healing item, I guess, and you'll be doing fine. Anyways, that's a breakdown for Hypno. Super strong, great like wall of a psychic type. Really amazing. Hard to take down. Very flexible, very splashable. You can kind of run whatever moveset you want just based on how your team is forming up. If you already have a Paralyzer, you need something to put things to sleep. You already have Venusaur for Sleep Powder or something. You can go ahead and go Paralyzed. If you just need a strong, bulky Psychic type, Psychic Calm Mind is going to work out. You can even mix and match these sets a little bit. Like you can throw Shadow Ball on here. You can do a lot. You can do a lot with Hypno. A lot of flexibility, a lot of splash ability. It's a great Pokemon. Go ahead and give it a shot. Very likely that you're going to get it as well. Because one Route 11, it's only 3 encounters, 2 of which you should probably already have, or it's likely that you'll already have. So that's going to do it for Hypno. That's going to do it for this video as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Love y'all. See you later.